Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your April 2019 reading. I do apologize for the setup. I am currently in the middle of relocating, but I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and got your messages out on time. So allow me just a brief moment to shuffle out your spread. One of the predominant things that I'm already getting here is I feel that for a lot of you, and I've gotten this repetitively for quite a few signs, a lot of people are hashing it out with others right now. Anyone they've had issues with, I feel like a lot of things are surfacing to be dealt with. And for many of you, it's like anyone who has been toxic for you, anyone who has brought you down, anyone who has hurt you, especially those of you where you've dealt with third-party situations. I feel like whether you were the third party or whether you had a third party, I feel that you are very firmly putting your foot down and you're saying, I am no longer going to partake in something like this, ever again. Or I'm no longer going to allow, I'm not going through this again. That's what I'm feeling. It's like if you see the slightest tendency to stray, I feel that you're just, you're going ahead and you're cutting that person off. Like some of you, you've went through something like that before, and I feel that it really put you in a negative space. And because you know how you felt, it's like not only do you not want to go through it, but you're not willing to put someone else through it. So I feel that you're doing things very much above board, which is very positive. So we have here at the very center of your spread the Five of Swords, and right above it we do have the Tower. So this is what I was, getting at is many people, there is arguments and verbal lash outs. Okay, so I feel that you are having it out with someone here, and I feel that it's due time. For some of you, this is something that you have held back for quite some time, and you've held it back and you've held it back and you've held it back, and you're at that point where you're finally ready to snap, right? You're finally ready to tell someone exactly what you think. And I feel that it's like things that you've wanted to get off your chest for quite some time. There is a level of empowerment that is coming along with this. It's like you're going through a lot of changes at this time. And Aquarius is typically very out of the box. Very original. You like to think outside of the box, outside of the realm of social conformity. And I never thought I would see this, but I feel like this is a time where a lot of you are, you're conforming more to society. Rules, religion, beliefs, things of that nature. It's like you're thinking more heavily about society in general, what society expects out of you, morals, which, you do typically have high morals anyway, but I feel like this is something that is very much on your mind, and as I said, for some of you, it's because of something that you have gone through. It is due to a previous experience that you have gone through, and you're thinking, I'm changing things up here for the better, of humanity, right? It's like you're thinking broad, expansive thoughts. Some of you may be attending a seminar or some type of group gathering where you're speaking. It's like speaking out against bullying. I'm getting like bullying in schools in particular. Freedom of speech, privacy, those types of things. It's like common core values. And I feel that you're thinking, if I can just persuade a few people, then I've done my job. That's what I'm getting here. And some of you have quite the story to tell. It's like you have gained a lot of experience. You've gained a lot of knowledge. And you're ready to share. And I feel like this is something very positive for the younger generation as well. It's like you have someone who is looking up to you, someone who is admiring you. They're admiring your strengths. It's like they're striving to be like you. So for some of you, this could be a younger sibling. Some of you may be mentors. I feel like you're paving the way for someone. You're setting an example. Some of you are brushing up on your vocabulary, brushing up on your education. I get that with the Magician here. This is like, you know, working on your delivery of speech. Okay, so in your foundation here, we do have the Two of Cups. This is where we share a very kindred connection with a particular person. You know, we're on the same page and we feel very connected intuitively. And I'm feeling like showing up here with the Five of Pentacles, you know, and the Eight of Cups. It seems as though you have 2 8s here, by the way. So for some of you, 8 weeks, 8 months, or the month of August may be relevant in some way. It's like you have finally mustered up the courage to speak on how you feel in a particular situation. The Eight of Cups, well, first let me start here. So the Eight of Swords, this is where, you know, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling trapped, you feel like you don't have all of the knowledge or the answers that you're seeking. And I feel that someone has been purposely withholding information from you. And this is what is causing this reoccurring argument. I'm getting like a reoccurring argument here because, you know, as air signs, you want to get down to the truth of a matter. You like truth, you like things to fit together, you know, you like answers, you like clarity. You can't get closure without having those answers, right? So I'm feeling here, it's like you're digging for some type of information. And this indicates being in a reclusive state. It's like where you're closed off and, you know, you're racking your brain. You're trying to piece something together. You're trying to unravel. You're trying to unravel something in your mind. And I'm feeling like, you know, with this Eight of Swords here, again, you know, being stuck in your head, not knowing all of the answers, very much ruminating. And then we have here the Eight of Cups. So this is about turning your back and walking away from what no longer meets your emotional needs. I'm feeling as though many of you, you know, with this Tower and this Five of Swords here, I feel that you're uncovering some type of information with this Hermit, or you're having a sudden epiphany moment where it's like all of the answers that you were searching for suddenly flash before your eyes, right? I feel like for some of you, a family member may be giving you some type of information that you've been looking for. For others, I feel that this is being passed down, not so much from a family member, but, you know, for example, it may be something being, like an order being passed down by a judge, actually, for a very small percentage. I feel like, I'm trying to find the best words. I feel like you are, okay, let me just talk about it this way. So, for example, you know, when you have this type of relationship and you're so in tune with a particular person, it builds a type of connection that cannot be reproduced. No relationship is the same. And when you have such a deep connection with someone, especially when it's long term, or when you have a family together, or you live together, or there's a merging of families, you know things about that person, or you know that person unlike someone else does. So in examples of like third party situations, just using that as an example, it's like oftentimes, as much as we want to say, oh, I'm done, oh, I'm never going to talk to you again, as much as we say those things, it's always easier said than done. So it's like some of you have been searching for some type of information and you've uncovered it, or someone has, you've heard it through the grapevine, and it's like you're hashing it out. And it's like on the one hand, you want to walk away because, you're hurt. You want to walk away because you're hurt. But on the other hand, you feel that you've invested a great deal of energy, time, emotions, and there's that small part of you that, wants to work things out or wants things to go back to how they once were. When you saw a commitment with this person. So some of you are saying, I can't believe I ever thought I was going to commit to that person. But others of you are saying, I'm going to forgive you. I want to work it out. Like, I want to work it out for our family. I get that very strongly. Some of you are repairing a relationship here after third-party infiltration. And I feel that you're putting your foot down very strongly. It's like in a very stern manner where you're like, I'm never going to fall for something like that again. That's what I'm picking up. And some of you, with this 5 of Pentacles, you have 2 5s here actually. So this can be 5 weeks, 5 months, or the month of May. That may bear significance in some type of way. This is like where you're feeling very left out. You're feeling isolated, and it also indicates struggling financially. It's not like, severe struggle. However, it is, down and out, not having as much as you're used to having. So those of you that have chosen to go your own way, you are reaping financial repercussions here for getting out of a relationship. But I feel like if it was unhealthy and it was toxic and it was draining, you're better off, you're better off. This 2 of Cups energy is speaking very strong. I feel that some of you, it's like as soon as you turn your back on this situation that's not for you, you're coming across someone new. And I feel like this has the potential to bloom, and it has the potential to turn into something very much more. Yes, you may be down on your luck financially temporarily, but I feel that you're going to be stronger emotionally. And, once you're stronger emotionally, that goes over into helping you build up financially, right? It's like those connect. So I feel like some of you, this is an epiphany moment where you may have stayed in a relationship for conformity purposes. You may have stayed in a relationship for financial purposes, but you're realizing, well, if the cups are dry and there's no emotions here anymore, then I'm really just going through the motions. And it's like, how can I expect myself to succeed financially when I'm not fulfilled emotionally? So for some of you, that is, it's like flashing lights in your mind where, it's a sudden realization, and it is empowering you to walk away from a relationship, from a situation that no longer serves you, because you're realizing, yes, I might suffer a little bit financially at first, but once I'm emotionally stronger, then the financial part will fall into place. That's what I feel like some of you are realizing. And I feel like this, working it out. It's like you're trying to work it out. And this is someone who uses the power of their words. You know, anyone who's trying to persuade you, I feel like you're paying attention to every word they say, and you're going over things with a fine-tooth comb, so to speak. I also feel like you guys are very focused on your appearance, like making sure you look good, those types of things. I don't know why that's coming through. Some of you may work at a corporation or something like that, where you have to give speeches on a regular basis. Some of you may work at colleges. Some of you are going back to school at this time, or going to school for the first time, you know, either way. And I feel like this is bringing a level of empowerment to you. You may not be sure how you're going to do it financially, but I feel like, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, right? So it's like you're trying to manifest your future. You're trying to manifest more financially in order to better yourself. I feel that it's like the energy is fluctuating. Something has been eating away at you. Some of you are feeling guilty, or someone is feeling guilty because of something they have done to you. I definitely picked that up here. There's a feeling of guilt associated with this reading. And it's like someone is trying to make up. And I don't, you know, for some of you, you'll never trust this person fully again. But for others, I feel like you're going to smooth it over, and you're going to give it a second shot. Yeah, some of you, this is someone you've been with for quite some time, or someone that you saw yourself committed to. Okay, this is typically like a father figure, someone you have children with, someone who you saw as your ideal mate, those types of qualities. So I feel like, you know, you may be giving them a second chance. And it seems as though, you know, with this Seven of Cups, this is like where someone has distorted your reality, right? Someone has been, it's like they were controlling your perception. They were controlling how you see things. That's what I'm picking up here. So they may have been lying by omission, for example, you know, where someone is not outright lying, but they're withholding the truth. It's like someone was controlling you by giving you snippets of truth here and there, but never giving you the full story. So there's something that you've been trying to piece together in your mind. And I do feel that you are, you know, you're uncovering some truth here. And those of you that are giving this person a second chance, you're telling them, again, you're putting your foot down and you're saying, you know, don't lie to me. Don't lead me on. Don't lead me astray. You know, do not restore. You know, you can't control me like this anymore. Some of you have been isolated, like you've been dealing with someone who's been verbally abusive, for example, or just abusive in general. And, you know, that's how they control people, is through isolating them. And I feel like that's what some of you have dealt with. The Seven of Cups, you know, it's all about choosing wisely, choosing carefully, and making sure that you're seeing things clearly. So I feel like this is coming up as a warning. But I also feel like you're telling this person, you know, don't confuse me, don't lie to me, don't play with me. That's what I'm feeling. Don't play with me. I have decisions to make, and it's like you're looking at the things that you need to get done, and you're trying to make very important decisions at this time, and you're not going to allow someone to distort your reality like this again. You're trying to make sure that you're seeing things very clearly so that you can make the correct choices that you need to make to have control over your life and get ahead. This Two of Wands here is all about looking into the future. You know, and notice he's looking into the future, but something has to stay behind. So for some of you, again, there's someone you're leaving in the past so that you can move on. For others, I feel that you're giving someone a second chance, and you're saying, let's hash it out and let bygones be bygones. It's like, as long as you tell me the truth, we can smooth things over and we can work them out. So I feel that for a lot of you. But I feel that, you're taking control over your own life. And you're getting very serious. Your approach to life is very serious. And I also feel that, what other people think of you, your reputation, things like that, that is coming up as very important to you at this time. It's like you really care how you come across, what people think of you, your reputation. Yeah, some of you may have children with this person. As I said, you may be a family unit, long-term relationship, something like that. This does indicate celebrations, celebratory events. And the Six of Cups, this is all about returning to the past, feeling nostalgic, reminiscing on good, positive feelings. So, as I said, many of you, you're smoothing over the waters with someone who's quite significant to you. This Three of Cups, it is celebrations, and I feel like you're surrounded by people who very much care about you. So even those of you that are going through a difficult time financially, it does seem that you have support. You have people that are there for you, people who are being listening ears. And I feel that in a positive way. Some of you are getting a raise, a promotion, a bonus. It's like you've been working very hard to achieve this higher level. And I feel that, it's finally coming in. And you're not going to let someone stand in your way any longer. I also feel anyone who has caused you, if they've been spreading lies or gossip or, trying to slander you or ruin your reputation in some type of way, I feel that it's like you're not going to fall for that. You're not going to fall for it, and you're not going to let it pass. Meaning like you're not going to let them get away with it. I do get that. Here we have the Knight of Cups. This is someone expressing how they feel, putting their emotions out there, followed by the Ace of Wands. So this is about communication. It's very often about renewal, starting things over, and it's all about creativity as well. So you're sparking things up, spicing things up in the relationship. A lot of you, you're starting all over. You're starting all over. This also is about fertility. So be very careful about, unexpected pregnancies. I feel that some of you are expecting. Some of you are attending baby showers, or, someone is expecting. And I feel like this is coming through as something very positive, where there's a lot of love around this child, okay? It's a very positive reading. Yes, I feel that you're having it out with someone, but in the end, I feel that, you're emerging confident, strong. This is someone who is quite abundant, and it's all about, your self-confidence, standing on your own 2 feet also. So those of you that are hoping to, break away from someone here, you are doing so. As I said previously, it's like you're realizing, yes, I may suffer a bit financially, but, once I'm out of it, I can get back on my feet. Once I have that emotional backing, I can get back on my feet. So I feel like for some of you, this is that brand new start, where you're realizing you'd rather be independent and solo, and that's going to be your strength. For others of you, as I said, you're working it out with someone, and I feel that they're apologizing, especially if there's been any third party, if they've had a roaming eye, if they've been, continuously examining their options outside of the relationship, I feel that they're coming through and they're apologizing and they're trying to make amends with you. And they're trying to, plan the future with you. And, this is like you're starting all over. You're starting all over with this individual. And as a result, it's really boosted your self-esteem. It's really boosted your self-confidence. So, it's kind of a mixed bag because some of you are deciding you want to be, independent and single, and then others are working it out with this person that is of quite significance to you. But either way, the staying above board, all of this is very positive. I feel like there's a lot of self-care and there's a lot of self-love and there's a lot of, do unto others as you would want done to you. It does appear there's some information coming out here that's a little shocking. For some of you, you may be finding out you're pregnant or that someone else is pregnant. But I feel that, it's coming through in a positive way. And then those of you that are walking away from a situation, I feel that someone new is coming into your life who's treating you right. It's like they're valuing you and they're seeing everything that you have to offer. Not just financially, but, your mind, your creativity. It's like they're looking at all of the right things and they're deciding they want to invest in you. And this does indicate, a soul type of connection. So some of you, it's like, you're meeting your ideal mate here. And, even though things may be a little bit rocky financially, it's going to give you that boost to where you want to do better and, you want to make more of yourself. It is really giving you that encouragement that you were needing, okay? So Aquarius, I hope you enjoy your month, and I will see you in the month of May.